Allison was just 16 when she vanished walking home from school. Her backpack was found by a riverbank, her phone still inside, screen cracked, battery at 9%. Her shoes were wet, her books soaked. But Allison was gone. In the small town of Ashgrove, Oregon, her disappearance was the only thing anyone talked about. She wasn't the type to run away. Straight-A student, quiet, artistic, no known enemies. But something didn't add up. Inside her locker, scratched into the metal with what looked like eyeliner, was a message. I know what you did. It's not over. It wasn't her handwriting. Her parents were destroyed. Her mother stopped eating. Her father stopped speaking. News channels aired her story for weeks. Volunteers searched the woods. Drones flew over the river. But weeks turned into months. Leads dried up. Hope faded. The Facebook groups became quiet. The posters turned yellow on telephone poles. And Allison's name disappeared from the headlines. 10 years passed. Then, one morning in a hospital in Albuquerque, New Mexico, a woman walked in barefoot, covered in bruises, silent. She had no ID. When asked for her name, she whispered, Allison. Hart. The nurse froze. The missing girl was alive. DNA confirmed it. Allison had returned. But the mystery was only beginning. She said she'd been held captive by a man who was close to her family. She refused to name him, only calling him the teacher. She claimed he died 2 months earlier in a car crash, and that's when she escaped. She described being moved between houses, sometimes locked in basements, sometimes drugged. Her voice trembled when she spoke. Her hands shook. But the investigators noticed something strange. Her timeline didn't fully add up. She had memory gap, dates she couldn't explain. And someone had logged into her email in 2017. That was 2 years after she vanished. The IP traced to Colorado. When asked, she said, I just wanted to feel normal again. Even for a second. Some people saw her as a survivor. Others weren't so sure. Was she taken, or did she leave? And if she left, why did she come back now? Just as the world started asking questions, Allison disappeared again. No signs of struggle. No signs of forced entry. Surveillance footage showed her walking out of the hospital at 3:12 a.m., wearing a hoodie and sneakers. She withdrew $200 from an ATM. Then nothing. A janitor cleaning the hospital a week later found a notebook hidden behind the vending machine. It was Allison's journal. Inside were hundreds of scribbled entries. Some in English. Some in symbols. Some looked like codes. One line read, When you live in a cage long enough, freedom feels like the real prison. Another, There are things I did to survive that I can never say out loud. There were drawings, maps, numbers. One sketch was of a red pickup truck. Written beside it, it started with him. Investigators had received a tip back in 2015. A neighbor had seen a red pickup parked near Allison bus stop. It was never followed up on. Then came something darker. 6 months after her second disappearance, a man was arrested for trafficking in Nevada. In his storage unit were dozens of photographs. One of them was labeled, Subject 47, Allison? The girl in the photo looked thin. Her eyes were sunken. But it might have been her. Her story spread again. Podcasts, documentaries, conspiracy theories. Some believed she was part of something bigger. Others believed she was running from her past. The most chilling clue came from her last Google search before she left the hospital. Traced through hospital Wi-Fi. It read, How to disappear forever. To this day, no one knows where Allison is. No confirmed sightings. No solid leads. Only fragments of a story that may never be fully told. Some say she's alive, hiding in plain sight. Others believe she didn't make it far. A few think she was never a victim at all, but something far more complicated. But whether she ran, escaped, or vanished into darkness, one truth remains. The world failed Allison once. Let's not fail her twice. Because sometimes the missing are running from more than just people. They're running from memories,